What's going on, my business associates? You're tuned in to another episode of Whiskey Business. My name's Jesse, and if you're new here, welcome. Great to have you, and thanks for tuning in. If you do go on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate any feedback you guys have down below in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and share this with your friends. Share it with people that maybe aren't into whiskey and help them experience some of the passion that you have for whiskey, in letting them know that it's not just all about drinking and getting drunk and partying, because I know there's a lot of that kind of stigma around whiskey in general. At least there was when I was growing up. I didn't know anyone that would sit there and nose and taste. It was just like, oh, you drink whiskey, you're trying to get up. So I just like to spread the word of positive consumption and safe consumption of these spirits. But aside from that, this channel is pretty much all about showcasing what the LCBO has to offer as far as whiskeys go. If you are a local Ontarian like myself, you're probably locked to the LCBO liquor chain for all of your whiskey needs, with the exception of some retailers online. But besides that, LCBO is the only physical brick and mortar store we can actually go to do our whiskey hunting, if you even want to consider that a thing in Ontario, because it's kind of not. But anyways, today we have another Decapitation, and this is a super readily available one, and it's going to fit the theme of today's video, which just happens to be International Irish Whiskey Day. So grab yourself an Irish whiskey, and if you have some Redbreast 12, feel free to crack it open with me. This will be my first time trying Redbreast, anything from Redbreast. The only other Irish whiskey I've actually tried is Jameson, just the standard Jameson. That was last St. Patrick's Day. So I thought I'd crack this open. I've had it sitting for over a year. Finally reached the goal that I had set for this bottle, and so I'm super excited as always to be opening this one with you guys here. I'm going to give you my first thoughts on the nose, palate, finish, and overall experience with this whiskey, and then hopefully I will become acquainted with it enough that I'll have some time to open up that I can give you a full-on review for this coming St. Patrick's Day in 2023. So with all this rambling out of the way, let's get into some whiskey business. Alright, so if you don't know, Redbreast 12. It is a single pot still Irish whiskey. It's aged 12 years. This is the non-cask strength. This is the most readily available Redbreast that you will find at the LCBO. And it's coming in at, like, I would say it's a decent price, I guess. I mean, I haven't really experienced it yet, so I'll give you my overall opinion on that after. But it's under $100 for 12-year age stated Irish whiskey. Alright, so this is Redbreast is triple distilled, matured in the finest oak casks. It's coming in at 80 proof or 40% ABV, a rich mix of dried fruit and spice with toasted oak and sherry undertones. Alright, well, let's get it open here. We've got a little foil peel away, which I would assume is going to give way to a real cork. I wouldn't mind if it was a synthetic cork. We got a little bird on there. This is a nice pop. It's real cork, And let's get a little glug going. Right off the bat, beautiful color. The golden amber. Like a watered down movie theater popcorn is what I'm going to call this color. Why? I don't know. Popped into my head, so I said it. Here it is. Glass is looking dirty as always. Okay. Ooh, definitely. You have the sherry influence in there, bringing in dried fruits, sultanas, some light berries, vanilla. Oh, overall, it's a light smelling nose. Looks pretty viscous in the glass. I'm getting some almond or marzipan, orange peel, slight little bit of like a clean lemon citrus. Just overall really bright, light, fruity nose. Honeydew melon. I'm getting some spicing in there. Some cinnamon. Clove. Overall, just a super pleasant nose. Super inviting. Well, let's get into the taste, shall we? Cheers, and please do not hesitate to let me know what you guys are sipping on down below in the comment section on this International Irish Whiskey Day. Even if it's not an Irish whiskey, let me know. Also, I'm getting like a little bit of caramel and just like this pot still note. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a Swedish, not quite metallic, but like you can tell it was in some sort of metal container, if that makes sense. But it's not metallic. I hate metallic smells and tastes. But yeah, so anyways, cheers guys. Right off the bat, very sweet and oily mouth coating, gets the mouth watering. Buttery, it's buttery for sure. Buttery, vanilla, shortbread, which I've heard plenty of times. It is a very nice shortbread. The vanilla is pretty tame, very tame actually. A lot of those sherry notes or dried fruit notes I described on the nose are not coming across on the neck pour in the palate, but okay, I take that back. Holding it in and just letting it sit on the tongue a little bit, you're getting a little bit of those berry-like sherry notes. The honeydew melon's not there until like right now the finish. I can get like the faintest little bit of honeydew melon, as if I drank the water at the bottom of a fruit sherry which contained the honeydew melon. It's very watery, thin honeydew melon, but it's there into the finish. A little bit of a warming sensation there. It's not a long finish at all. There's not much there. There's a little bit of oak, a little bit of sweetness, enough to keep the salivary glands going and wanting another sip. So going back to the nose, not a lot has changed. I'm getting what I want to say is a corn note. I get it in a lot of Canadian whiskeys, but I don't think it's corn. Light, sweet, buttery, shortbread, a dusting of cinnamon, a little bit of oak, sweeter oak, not on the bitter oak tannin side. Just a super easy sipper. Very inviting, for sure. So it's not super complex by any means, but what it does have is a nice, inviting, warming palate. Like, reminds me of warm times, shortbread, just like super good homemade buttery shortbread. Little bits of cinnamon in there, maybe like almost into the snickerdoodle realm. It's viscous enough to coat the mouth, but it's not super thick by any means. The alcohol is there, but you can almost forget about it. The finish, it's definitely lackluster, but I think 40% ABVs don't tend to have the greatest finishes, if any. So I'm not gonna hit it too hard there. As far as this goes, against Jameson, I would say this is like a 4x markup for sure. Like, this is way better. A lot more depth. They still share the same sweet vanilla creamy notes. I will say this is a creamy one. When I say buttery, buttery creamy. So they share some of the same notes, but I think this takes it up a level for sure. Is it worth the extra price? I think this is around $80 to $90 Canadian at the LCBO, whereas Jameson's probably sitting around $35-$40, I believe, if I remember correctly. So it's about double the price. Do I think it's that much better? As far as the neck pour goes, yes. Right now, yes. And if this bottle opens up to be even more beautiful than it already is, I would say all day this over Jameson for sure. So, what am I going to rate this? Let's see. On the nose, I liked it. There was a decent bit of complexity. Now, keep in mind, I did not let this sit and air out. And general rule of thumb, a minute for every year it's aged. I didn't give it the time of day for that right now, but I'm gonna sit with this through the evening, and I'll get a better taste for it. Like I said, review's gonna be coming soon. On the nose, what it has is super inviting, delicate, fruity, makes you want to get in there and just try it. Like, it smells absolutely amazing, buttery fruits, nice vanillas, and just a nice spice in there. Palate, like I said, not super complex, but what it does well. So, this all being said, nose is going to get a 76. The palate is going to get a 78. And the finish is going to get a 55. Finish is pretty hidden, pretty lackluster, pretty muted, not much to offer, doesn't last long at all. But while it's in the mouth, it definitely does. While it's in the mouth, it definitely does satisfy. That's what she said, as always. But if you did go on to enjoy this, like I said, definitely like. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe, comment down below what you guys are sipping on and what your opinion of Redbreast is. Have you ever tried it? Have you tried any of their other offerings? I know there's a few that have been available at the LCBO through the years. Sadly, not available at this current time of recording. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and I hope everyone's having a great, healthy, safe International Irish Whiskey Day. This has been Whiskey Business, guys, and I'm out. Cheers.